Tay marker. Unhinged review, ladies and gentlemen. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? I'm Ryan D, aka Ryan 680.
I'm Angela, that Kennedy, and
this is our review, ladies and gentlemen, of Unhinged, guys. All right, let's get right to it. After a confrontation with an unstable man, obviously, in an intersection, a woman becomes the target of rage, you know, and of his rage.
Road rage.
Yeah, road rage. I hope you're all ready for this. This is totally me, by the way. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? I'm Ryan D, aka Ryan 680.
I'm Angela, that Kennedy,
and this is Alamo City Movie Talk. Movie Talk for movie fans, guys. You bring the movie world right into your ears, devices. Thank you for making us a part of your day. Let's get right to it, Angela. How bad? I mean, how much of a road rage person am I? And granted, I do have I guess my position's not driving, but I do drive occasionally. Pretty much almost all the time.
For his job in the company.
Sometimes,
own vehicles, yes.
And I'll be honest, I get a little upset.
Okay, there's no denying anyone who's ever driven a car will get upset at one point in their life.
Yeah,
but the thing that distinguishes between you and me is I don't get as upset because you never know. You never know what kind of person.
Yeah, obviously
you could be upsetting. You know, yeah. I know this. I don't know if this is based on a true story or not, or fictional, but it has happened where, you know, people get in road rage and you know, one of them pulls out a gun and starts shooting them. Like it's happened
here in Texas for sure.
You never know. So I mean, I personally don't want to risk my safety just because like I, you know, get upset in the moment for like a few seconds. But I know you have no problem with that at all.
Right.
Expressing how you feel.
Right.
But yeah, this is definitely a case of road rage gone too far.
Yeah.
Definitely. And it's actually pretty scary because, you know, as too far as it goes, I mean, maybe this could happen in real life. Maybe not to this extent per se, but it probably can happen like this.
Okay, so going into this, I mean, it could happen. Granted, a lot of these accident scenes are just absurd. Like they're very it's
coincidental.
Like, it's kind of hard to make those accident scenes happen, and you guys will know what we're talking about because we're not mentioning any spoilers whatsoever, guys. And a lot of these action sequences, okay, so I guess I'll start with the positive real quick. So one of the things I did love about this movie was that it was a cat and mouse kind of scenario. That I really did love how Russell Crowe. I mean, we see this in the trailer too. Russell Crowe, like, wow, this guy, like.
So I
always
see Russell Crowe as like the good person. He always, in my mind, he's more memorable as like the protagonist.
Gladiator.
Yeah. But this is really interesting to see him do like this villain. And he does it so well. He really is an unhinged person. Like,
yeah, very, very believable Russell Crowe. Man, you outdid yourself on this one. You know, this is Jor-El. This is Superman's father. Like, what the heck? Like, like from Man of Steel. Like, I thought I saw what I needed to see from Russell Crowe when we saw Man of Steel, because it was just like he was so pleasant, he was so nice, and the beard. I mean, it could go both ways. That beard, man.
I just think like his face, and like I think he's such a good actor. Just the little subtle things he does can go either way. It can come across as like a nice person, but also just doing that creepy little smile or staring too much makes it come off creepy, which was what he was doing for this role. And it worked so well.
It did. It worked really good. Russell Crowe, man, like, wow, you really outdid yourself here. It's just really phenomenal when it comes down to where, I mean, I believed it so much. I mean, just the way he was reacting, the prescription, and just the way his facial expression said it 100% throughout this whole movie was spot on. Exactly how I look whenever someone does that to me. Whether you get cut off, whether you get, you know, someone cuts you off from behind, honks at you, or just anything like that. It was just, it was pretty intense of a film. Like I said, once again, already, it's a cat and mouse movie, and you really feel like that.
And a lot of the film is literally in the car, like chasing each other.
Yes, Now let's go to the negative stuff. Angela, I know you mentioned some of the negative stuff in it.
It was a little predictable. I did see one trailer for it. And I wouldn't say that the best scenes are in the trailer, but just the story itself, like I could kind of see where it was going. Especially like after things start to unravel.
Yeah.
After he's already in this woman's life and knows all about her and starts, making her pay for, her. It was cutting him off in traffic.
Yeah.
Then I could see where the plot was going. Yeah. It was predictable after that.
Everything was too much of a coincidence. Like, everything was. And we're not going to mention it, but you guys, everyone would know what we're talking about, because I'll just point at this. We'll know what we're talking about. But everything's just so coincident, such a coincidence. And I'm just like, really? You really did this? Who pumps gas? And okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop. But apparently, Angela said a lot of people do that. So, yes. I mean, I don't pump. When you pump, okay, put on the comments down below. When you pump gas, real quick, it's not a spoiler. But if you pump gas, do you leave the pump by itself, where you just let it run until obviously it clicks?
People do that.
No. But do you do that?
Me personally, no.
I don't either. If you put it down, please let us know in the comments down below. And if you do, hey.
Me personally, also, I have a habit whenever I pump gas. If I need to go to the store, which 9 out of 10 times I do not. Yeah. At least before or after, I do not need to go to the store. Mm-hmm. I will lock my car. Okay. Because I just
Good never. Thing you do,
I always hear I've seen so many videos where someone just quickly opens the passenger, takes something from the car, and takes off. And you just never know. So I just have that paranoia in me. But I mean, not everyone does.
Yeah, obviously. Unhinged comes out at runtime of 1 hour and 30 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's the perfect runtime. Yeah. That is perfect. You know why? Because it runs very I don't want to say it runs out of gas per se in this scenario, but it kind of feels like it kind of drags. I want to say the last 15 to 20 minutes, for some reason, it just dragged on. It dragged a little bit. I would say this though, the climax was very predictable. I would say it was very predictable. I wouldn't say there was even a small momentum really. It was, you already knew what the outcome was. You already knew, because in the beginning, he actually says what the ending is, kind of, sort of, and you'll understand what we're talking about, and it really sheds a lot of light into, hey, this is in the beginning of the movie when they first interact, Russell Crowe and this actress, Karen, who's played by Rachel. Rachel plays Karen, so
Karen plays Rachel.
Plays Rachel.
Character's name is Rachel.
Yeah, and so Rachel, she's just it's just huge giveaway. It really is. I will say that. But overall, I did enjoy this movie. I love the cat and mouse scenario. I love the intensity of Russell Crowe. You felt his intensity right from the get-go, right from the beginning of this movie. You felt it, and it just, I really did enjoy this a lot.
I mean, I agree with you. I really enjoyed Russell Crowe's performance.
Yeah.
It's a great villain.
But is it enough to save the movie?
I would say the last 15-20 minutes didn't drag for me. It was more before that, maybe towards the middle. Mm-hmm. It kind of dragged for me, but it picked up at the end.
Yeah.
As the climax happened and everything. But for me, I overall enjoyed it. But I will leave it up to your rating. What do you think? How would you rate it?
So rating, well, first I'll say, was this the film that we deserved? I'll say yeah, why not? It's an interesting movie, interesting scenario, and it is a possibility that at least the first 30 minutes of this movie can happen. It's a huge possibility.
Gets you hooked.
Yeah. Gets you very hooked, interested in this, and start caring about Rachel a little bit.
Yeah.
Start feeling for her, oh man, I feel
kind of bad, because people go through scenario situations in their life, difficult. But I think it's the film we deserved. I mean, why not? It's Russell Crowe. It's an interesting topic. Road rage.
Oh yeah, very interesting.
Violence, and then they think it's violence, social media, reliance on their phone. There's a whole bunch of little underlying themes here. But definitely road rage was one of them. Yeah,
so let's go to ratings. So rating, I'm gonna have to give this a solid 7. I'm gonna give it a solid 7. I really did enjoy it. Russell Crowe really did save this movie for me. Now, granted, it's not 8, 9, or 10, but it's still a solid 7 movie. It still has that momentum, still has that charisma that I'm looking forward to, and still enjoy a movie like this. So yeah.
I will give it a 6, only because Russell Crowe's performance saved that much for me.
Okay.
If it was any other actor,
it saved me more because I give it a higher rating.
I know, but if it was any other actor and if it was done not up to that kind of performance, it probably would have been a lot lower for me. But because of the predictable plot and it just, I don't know. It was real predictable, and I don't like films. I feel like I rewatched this already. But I really did enjoy Russell Crowe's film, and that's why I gave it a solid 6 because of his performance.
So the writer of this is actually the same writer did Disturbia. So now I could see where that where that thriller suspense kind of feel for is, and I feel it. I can feel it there. I can feel the
I can see that.
Yeah, this was directed by Derek, and he's actually known for a movie called American Dreamer. So I could see where that style is and all that. But yeah, all right. So you gave it a 6. I gave it a 7. Do you recommend this movie? I do.
Sure, why not? I mean, if you're a fan of Russell Crowe, if you're a fan of thrillers in general, or if you just want to see a movie about road rage, I mean,
this is the movie, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
We're in quarantine. Hopefully everyone's staying safe with COVID-19, guys. You're in quarantine. You're watching movies at home. Watch this movie. Rent this movie, guys, on Videos on Demand, wherever streaming service you have your Videos on Demand with. But Alamo City Movie Talk does recommend this movie, guys. Once again, be sure to give us a thumbs up if you like our review, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and be sure to hit that little bell to get notified whenever we post videos up. Once again, I'm Ryan D. You can know Ryan680.
I'm Angela at that Cali DeAnge.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Be sure to check out our other podcast platform as well, ladies and gentlemen. And put on the comments. Maybe you really did enjoy this movie. Tell us why. Maybe you hated this movie.
Tell us why.
Tell us why. All right, have a good one, guys. Catch y'all later. Stay safe, San Antonio.